protection.
Not on a regional basis,
No.
because there's not the money. There's no the
Yeah.
regional basis funds anyway from the producers. The regional bodies are funded by the producers, as they are everywhere, based on volume that they produce. And given that they've been
Yeah.
producing smaller and smaller volumes, the funding for the region has got less and less. So it's down to individual growers. So a few of the ones like that get much bigger money for their wine, like Ganva, for example, has put in, I think it's just one of those large frost protection windmill type things,
Yeah.
and a couple of others have put those in. They put them in their very best vineyards, which makes sense. And
Yeah.
they work. They only work across such a small area. I can't remember the figures, but it's so small, and they cost so much. And of course, they're environmentally unfriendly. And so there's a couple of others that are experimenting with heated electrical wires,
Yeah.
and I believe that's working. Again, it costs a fortune, and
Yeah.
environmentally, you've got to where you're getting the electricity from, and so on. And
Yeah.
there have been burning hay bales, which work some years, not others. The bougie, the big paraffin candles, um, they work up to a point, but it depends on the frost, and they cost an
Yeah.
absolute fortune, and they require loads of labor. And labor's a big problem. They can't get enough people that are willing to get up at 4 in the morning and put candles, light candles. The candles are already there.
Yeah.
But
No,
so
that's
I think the most important thing they've been trying is later pruning, and
okay.
pruning in 2 phases, where you leave one, you do a preliminary pruning, and you
Blue.
leave one cane long. You don't prune it back. And that
Okay.
way, if the frost comes, the buds, the end of the cane are touched by the frost. The ones near the trunk are saved. Now, what happened this year was the people who did that, because the vine was so far advanced, they had to do the second pruning. So they did the second pruning, but at least some of those buds were later developing. So
Yeah.
because they're later developing, some of them were saved. But some producers I talked to just say, look, you've tried it for 2 years, it's not working. Others have
Yeah.
said, yes, it has worked, but they've got plenty of labor. It's very, very labor intensive as well.